My life sucks. I am 24 years old. I am still in college. I'm trying to fit a week's worth of homework into 3 days. I work at a daycare for a living, which means I change diapers all day long, and I take care of everyone else's whiny, crying kids. I have holes in my jeans. I still live with my in-laws, and my husband and I still don't have a dog. Isn't that depressing? Who wants to live life always looking at the negative? So my goal is to try to help us to change that and to become a better version and a happier version of ourselves. Now, happiness isn't something that somebody has to give us, nor is it something that we have to have permission in order to have. Happiness it's a state of mind. It's a way to control your happiness yourself, which can be hard, but it also can be a blessing as well. So many of us have heard that the grass is greener on the other side. Well, sometimes that might seem to be true. You look at your neighbors, they just came home with their brand new SUV, or they have new couches, things like this. So there's going to be many things where we look at other people's lives and we see all the things that they're getting and things that we don't have. So we have to stop playing that game of keeping up with the Joneses. And instead rephrase that sentence to, the grass is greener where you water it. So your grass on your side of the fence will always be green if you take the time to water and nourish it, just as if the same as if you were going to water and take care of your own personal happiness. So on our next slide, it's going to show a list of some things, of secrets that happy people have or do, some traits and qualities that they have. And while we go through this, I'm going to have us play just a little game here. So as I read through this list, I want you guys to think of those happy people in your life that are, every time you see them, they're always happy, even if their tire just popped that morning, or their water's leaking in their house. Like, they always seem just to be positive no matter what's going on in their lives. So as I read through this list, again, think of these happy people. So 20 secrets of a happy person, I'm going to list some of them for you. So some of them is stress. They avoid stressful situations, which can seem hard, but by doing so helps them to be that happy person you know them to be. They don't hold grudges. They tend to encourage others more often. They laugh and always find situations where they can continue to laugh even more. They are honest with themselves and with the others around them, and they ask for help when they need it. My favorite of this is that they love life. No matter if they're going through the ups and downs, they generally love their lives. So as I read through those, can you guys by show of hands show me if your happy people have some of these quick traits and qualities on this list? Okay, that's what I thought. Everyone's raising their hands, right? So who doesn't want to be more like them, to be always happy even when life seems to be giving us a turn for the worst, how to be happier. So I'm going to give you a list of things to give up in order to become more like these happy people. Now, some of these are going to be kind of hard for you. I know they're hard for me. And so I'm going to share some of my things that are hard for me to give up as well. So some of the things that they give up are, that we all need to get rid of, is excuses. We need to stop making excuses. Mine that I'm really guilty of doing is my excuse to not exercise. I make this excuse daily because I have to finish school. I have got homework, I have other things, important things I have to do. In order to get them done, I have to cut something out of my day, and I typically go to my exercise. And I have to, get rid of my excuses to not do things. Another thing is stress. A lot of us have a hard time with stress and it's going to be hard to kind of get rid of. And it's not necessarily that our lives will no longer have stress, because stressful situations always happen, but it's learning how to overcome the stress and to find the positive, to find the silver lining that will help us to push through those hard times and come out on the end and still in a happy version of yourself. Bad habits. This one is going to be really hard for you guys, as it is for me, I'm sure. Some of my bad habits would be on the weekends sleeping in later than I should because there's still a list of things I need to get done. or maybe instead of turning to vegetables, I turn to ice cream. I'm sure that you guys hear that a lot. So bad habits is another thing that we need to try to get rid of. And a good way to do so, as they say, is it takes about 21 days to kind of replace a bad habit with a good habit. So it may not happen overnight, it may not happen in a week, but if you start now and try slowly, they say in about 21 days you can effectively change a bad habit to a good habit. We need to get rid of our regrets as well as our resentments, which is another hard one. Another is happy people tend to not try to control the future. They have realized that no one has the power to do this, even though we all try at some point to control our futures. It's not necessarily how life actually works. So happy people have decided to just not do that. Stop trying to control your future. Learn how to live in the moment and to enjoy your day-to-day lives. Another thing is that they don't limit themselves to the things they can't do or won't do or don't have enough time to, which is something, like I said before, was my excuse not to exercise. So I was limiting myself. I know that exercise makes me a happier, healthy version of me. So instead of limiting myself and cutting out one of those things that makes me a happier person, I need to find some time to make sure I get in at least a little bit of an exercise in order to keep that happy version of myself. Lastly is they don't want to please everyone anymore. They've given up trying to be people pleasers. And they are working and focusing on their happiness, which when you're around those happy people, it usually helps you to become happier as well. So this is a fun way, I think, for you guys to overcome those times where life's got you down and you're feeling negative and grumpy. So I play a feel-good song. Your feel-good song might be different than mine, but I'll play you a little clip of what my feel-good song is. You feel better, huh? It makes you already feel happier. You're not so down. It makes you want to move your feet a little bit. This song always makes me feel this way. So whenever I get down, this is one of the songs I turn to. So enjoy the song for a minute. So our lives aren't going to be perfect, and I know mine definitely isn't. But if we start now to strive to be different, to make that change, to become a happier version of ourselves, over time we will be able to see the difference. I'm 24 years old. I'm still in college, but I'm about to graduate in April. I work at a preschool where I get to play with kids all day long, and it's fun for me to see their growth and their improvement. I have holes in my jeans, but that can be fixed. All I have to do is make time to go to the store. I still live with my in-laws, but I do it because in order to go to school and finish so I can graduate sooner, which thankfully we get to move out by the end of this semester, which my husband and I plan on celebrating by getting a dog. So there's always a positive side to things that we can all strive for. So even though our lives will never be perfect, there's many reasons for us to be happy and to enjoy the lives that we have. Thank you for listening.